What happens when a celebrity finally reaches their breaking point with a disrespectful interviewer? Well, sometimes they shut it down in a way that leaves us all speechless. From fiery confrontations to icy comebacks, let's dive into some of the most unforgettable moments when celebrities put rude interviewers in their place. Matthew McConaughey, the Texas-born heartthrob and Academy Award-winning actor, found himself in an intense face-off with The View's Joy Behar that would leave anyone on edge. It all started when Behar interrupted McConaughey during a casual conversation to insult his close friend, tennis champion Novak Djokovic.
I was happy to be in his box, got to sit behind his parents, which was really awesome to see them when he...
As McConaughey tried to steer the conversation towards his personal experiences, Behar, without hesitation, took a shot at Novak's views, calling him out for his stance on vaccines.
To see them when he brings them up and where they started.
Anti-vaxxer? I believe
An anti-vaxxer?
I believe so, yeah. Just so you know.
Tension escalated when Behar then shifted the conversation towards McConaughey's political aspirations. At the time, McConaughey had been flirting with the idea of running for governor of Texas. However, Behar's relentless questioning about his political beliefs quickly derailed the conversation, especially when she brought up a sensitive topic.
Do you think you could get elected in Texas being anti-gun?
Do I think I could get elected in Texas being anti-gun?
McConaughey's stance on guns in a state where gun rights are a deeply rooted tradition.
One thing about if me in politics is...
McConaughey's frustration became clear as he stood firm, his frustration palpable in his response. "I'm not interested in playing the game," he snapped.
To give you a direct statement right there is me playing a game that I'm not interested in playing.
Okay,
to give you a direct statement right there.
His calm demeanor slipping for a moment. The tension in the room was thick. McConaughey, clearly irritated by the direction the conversation had taken, wasn't about to let his political aspirations be twisted by one-sided questioning. In that moment, McConaughey reminded us all that while celebrities may be in the public eye, they still deserve respect and a voice of their own, one that cannot be easily silenced or manipulated for sensational sound bites. When Tom Cruise sat down for an interview, he never expected his personal life to be put under a microscope in such an invasive way. The interviewer, with little regard for the actor's privacy, asked a deeply personal question.
Was Nicole the love of your life?
What do you mean, Peter?
The question hit hard, digging into a part of Cruz's past that he clearly wasn't prepared to revisit on national television.
You were married for 10 years.
Listen, we raised children.
The tension in the air was palpable as Cruz's face hardened. The question was not just about his former marriage, but about his personal life in a way that crossed a line. As the interviewer pressed on, clearly unaware of the emotional weight behind the question, Cruz's calm demeanor cracked.
And do you have a relationship where you talk, it's a parenting relationship, and talk professionally about each other's work?
Listen.
"You're stepping over a line now," Cruz firmly responded, his voice sharp and filled with quiet frustration.
Here's the thing, Peter. Yeah. You're stepping over a line now. You're stepping over a line. You know you are.
I suppose they're questions that people want to know.
Peter, you want to know.
It was a moment that left no room for misinterpretation. Cruz wasn't here to entertain prying questions about his relationships.
Take responsibility for what you want to know. Don't say what other people. This is a conversation that I'm having with you right now.
You're right.
His refusal to continue with the conversation spoke volumes.
Okay, so I'm just telling you right now, okay? Just put your manners back in.
Lindsay Lohan's appearance on The Late Show with David Letterman should have been an opportunity to promote her upcoming movie, but instead, it turned into one of the most uncomfortable interviews in television history. From the moment Lohan sat down, Letterman seemed more interested in digging into her troubled past than discussing her career. As Lohan tried to shift the conversation back to the movie, Letterman relentlessly mocked her struggles with rehab.
Aren't you supposed to be in rehab now? And how long will you be in rehab?
3 months.
Asking her invasive questions about her time in treatment and how many times she had been there. His remarks were cruel, repeatedly calling attention to her personal battles.
How many times have you been in rehab?
Several.
And how will this time be different? What are they rehabbing, first of all? What is on their list?
Making light of what was clearly a sensitive topic. Lohan, visibly uncomfortable.
What are they going to work on when you walk through the door?
We didn't discuss this in the pre-interview.
No.
With each mocking question, the actress desperately attempted to steer things back on track.
You have to be in rehab May 2nd. Are you going to be there? You'll be there, right? Who's taking you to rehab?
Her frustration and hurt growing. At one point, her voice began to shake.
You don't want to talk about that either, right?
Oh, God.
When you go to the rehab, what do they do?
Let's...
A clear sign that the barrage of questions was taking a heavy emotional toll on her. Lohan's plea for respect was clear when she finally said, "This is not like a joking matter." It was a raw moment where she drew a line in the sand.
We're here for a movie.
We have to what?
Let's stay on the positive. Aside from that side of the positive.
Yeah.
The interview left viewers uncomfortable and reminded everyone that even the brightest stars are human, with struggles that should be treated with dignity, not ridicule. Jonah Hill has long been a target of body shaming in Hollywood, but one particular interview really brought the issue to light. In a moment that many viewers found uncomfortable, an interviewer continuously made jokes about Hill's weight, making comments like,
"Jonah, do you think it's important to be unattractive to be funny?"
and "Are you the fat guy in Hollywood still?" The questions were not only intrusive but deeply disrespectful, focusing on Hill's appearance rather than his career or achievements.
Are you the fat guy in Hollywood still? Or is everybody like look at you and they're like, "Oh wow, this is great, now you're healthy"?
Do you have any other questions that are smart?
Can skinny people be funny?
What the man? I don't understand. Can you just ask a normal question?
Demanding respect and a shift away from the shallow focus on his body.
First of all, you smell good, which is surprising.
Why is that surprising?
I don't know. I just wouldn't think of a guy who would have a nice scent on.
This exchange served as a stark reminder of the pervasive body shaming that takes place in Hollywood.
That's such a, I'm going to really work hard to not take that as a shot. You know what I mean?
It wasn't just about one uncomfortable interview. It was a glaring example of how the industry often values appearance over talent. Hill's response became a turning point in the conversation about body image, reminding everyone that a person's worth should never be defined by their size. When Tom Hardy found himself facing a particularly invasive interviewer, it became clear that some questions were not going to fly. The interviewer, with a tone that seemed more intent on sensationalism than genuine curiosity, asked Hardy about his sexuality. Hardy, known for his strong, silent demeanor, was visibly taken aback by the question.
Your own sexuality seems a bit more ambiguous. Do you find it hard for celebrities to talk to media about their sexuality?
Instead of becoming defensive or losing his cool, he maintained a calm composure.
What on earth are you on about?
His response was not just a statement, it was a firm boundary. Hardy, who had made it clear in the past that he preferred to keep his personal life private, didn't allow the question to derail the conversation. By remaining poised but assertive.
But what is your question?
I was wondering if you find it difficult for celebrities to talk about their sexuality.
I don't find it difficult for celebrities to talk about their sexuality.
Hardy's handling of the situation was a masterclass in boundary setting.
Are you asking me about my sexuality?
Sure.
Why?
Why?
Thank you.
Okay.
His calm but unyielding response stood as a reminder that celebrities, like everyone else, deserve the right to privacy. It also highlighted how important it is for individuals, especially in the public eye, to assert control over their own narrative, something Hardy did effortlessly in that moment. Christina Hendricks, famed for her role as Joan Holloway on Mad Men, has always been an advocate for body positivity. Yet, even she found herself caught in the uncomfortable spotlight of body-focused questioning during an interview.
You have been an inspiration as a full-figured woman. What is the most inspiring story that you can remember where you've inspired someone?
As the conversation unfolded, the interviewer persistently made remarks about her physique.
I don't know. I don't know.
Her frustration was evident as she tried to steer the conversation in a different direction, but the interviewer persisted.
I've been known as an inspiration for women as being a full figure. What is the most...
I mean, you just said it again. It's just...
The sharpness in her voice made it clear she wasn't willing to entertain any further objectification. In that moment, Hendricks stood her ground. Her words were not just a correction, but a boundary-setting declaration. It was a powerful reminder that women, especially those in the public eye, are often reduced to their bodies rather than celebrated for their talents, intelligence, and character. When Gordon Ramsay, the world-renowned chef, found himself in an interview about the quality of a steak served at one of his restaurants, it didn't take long for things to heat up. The reporter, armed with a photo of a well-done steak, boldly questioned Ramsay's skills as a chef, asking if he was satisfied with the steak. The problem? The customer had specifically requested it to be cooked well done.
It's really weird for you to give me a piece of paper, and when you say, am I satisfied that it's a good steak, you have to be a little bit more honest with me on that one. What are you trying to get at?
A cardinal sin in the eyes of Ramsay and many culinary purists. Ramsay's response was nothing short of fiery. His disdain for the well-done steak was clear as he passionately called out the absurdity of the question.
But you asked for the steak to be cooked well done.
And is that a well-done steak?
Oh, come on. What is this?
How sad is this that you ask for a steak to be cooked well done? He snapped.
I mean, where can you, I mean, keep on rolling. For legal reasons, this is absolutely crucial. But how sad?
The frustration in his voice unmistakable.
Is this, that you asked for a steak to be cooked well done, okay? Now, whatever quality of beef it is, it's gone past any form of taste when you've cooked it well.
But Ramsay didn't stop there. He took the opportunity to educate the reporter on proper steak preparation, explaining that cooking a steak well done destroys its flavor and texture.
Well done. So you present me with a picture, God bless you, and you say, is that right? I don't eat steak well done. That's your prerogative because you're the customer.
No matter how good the quality of the meat, Ramsay's fiery reaction wasn't just about defending his culinary skills.
But unfortunately, you're never going to identify the quality of a beef when the steak is well cooked. So I'm really sorry to piss on your bonfire, but it's a bit of a stupid question.
It was about standing up for the integrity of food and the respect it deserves. His passionate response highlighted the disconnect between the art of cooking and the misguided requests of customers who disregard the care and expertise that goes into a perfectly prepared dish. In an unforgettable interview, Michael B. Jordan confronted a reporter who had once bullied him in high school, making for one of the most awkward and tense moments in recent memory. The reporter, who had been unaware of Jordan's past, tried to ask a seemingly innocent question, but the atmosphere quickly shifted when Jordan recognized the familiar face from his school days.
And, you know, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
The corny kid, right?
It was clear that the reporter had a history with Jordan, one that was far from flattering.
I did not say that.
The tension between Jordan and the reporter was palpable, and it only escalated when the reporter, perhaps unaware of how uncomfortable the situation was, continued to probe. As the interviewer stumbled through the conversation, Jordan's discomfort was evident, and his co-star Jonathan Major, sitting next to him, could barely contain his awkwardness. The once lively atmosphere turned heavy.
Isn't this the sexiest man show off right here? Who's the sexiest man? Because now let's...
With unspoken words, as the weight of the past...
Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say... I said we used to make fun of the name. But yeah, he is obviously...
The reporter's attempt at miscommunication was quickly shut down, and Jordan's response made it clear that he would no longer allow past wrongs to be brushed aside for the sake of a cheap headline. It was a moment of strength and self-respect as Jordan stood up not only for himself but also for anyone who has ever had to face a bully in their life. At the 2017 New York Fashion Week, Jim Carrey took the spotlight in a way no one expected. During an interview that quickly veered off the rails, Carrey launched into an unexpected and bizarre existential rant that left both the reporter and viewers stunned.
There's no meaning to any of this, so I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join.
The question had been about the meaning of the fashion event, but Carrey, always the unpredictable force, responded with something far deeper and far more philosophical than anyone could have anticipated.
I mean, you gotta admit it's completely meaningless.
Rather than discussing the superficial world of fashion or celebrity, Carrey dove into his disillusionment with the very idea of icons and personalities that dominate Hollywood.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating icons, boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming.
There is no me, there is no you, it's all just a dream, he said, his words dripping with existential musings. What began as an attempt to discuss fashion turned into an exploration of Carrey's inner turmoil and rejection of the celebrity culture that had defined his career.
Icons. What do you believe in icons? I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe that you exist. I don't believe in icons.
The moment was jarring, to say the least. Carrey's rant wasn't just about rejecting the concept of fame. It was an attempt to break free from the notion that personality and identity are anything more than a construct. His words, though bewildering to some, reflected his own disillusionment with the world around him. For Carrey, the glitz and glamour of Hollywood were nothing but illusions. Megan Fox has often been the subject of attention for her stunning looks, but in one particular interview, she found herself confronting a reporter who took things a step too far. The interviewer, clearly more focused on her appearance than her career, attempted to flirt with Fox.
I don't know if there's I don't know if there's a man alive who's not in love with you in some way.
You're so silly.
You know what am I really?
You're silly.
No, I'm not.
Making awkward and inappropriate comments about her attractiveness. With a smile that hid her discomfort, the reporter said, "I don't know if there's ever been a man alive who's not in love with you in some way." Fox, ever quick-witted, didn't let the comment slide. With a sharp, sarcastic reply, she coolly shut down the flirtation. "I'm not silly at all, silly man in a checkered shirt." Her words were both a playful jab and a firm boundary, sending a clear message that she wasn't about to be reduced to a mere object of desire in the eyes of the press.
You know, I think you're flirting with me. I'm kidding.
Oh, dude.
The response was perfectly timed. Fox's blend of humor and authority took control of the situation, reminding the interviewer and the audience that she was more than just her looks. In that moment, Fox reclaimed her power, making it clear that no one was going to disrespect her or make her the subject of cheap jokes. It was a perfect example of how celebrities can use their voice to set boundaries and shut down inappropriate behavior in a way that is both clever and assertive. Celebrities live under a constant microscope, subjected to invasive questions and public scrutiny that many of us can't even begin to imagine. Yet, despite the pressure, some stars stand their ground and shut down disrespectful interviewers in a way that only increases our admiration for them. Whether it's refusing to entertain personal questions or boldly drawing a line in the sand, these moments are a testament to their resilience and self-respect. In a world where public scrutiny is the price of fame, sometimes it takes an uncomfortable moment for these stars to remind us of their humanity. After all, beneath the glitz and glam, they are just people trying to navigate their personal lives while carrying the weight of their public personas. These powerful, boundary-setting exchanges not only show their strength, but also serve as reminders that even the most famous individuals deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. So, next time you watch an interview, remember, sometimes it's the uncomfortable moments that reveal the true character of those we idolize.